So good morning, everybody. Today I am working on some treat bags for Halloween. Halloween is this Friday, and I made some last night. I attended a little class in my area. And it was I'll show you what we made in the class. There's this great gal who I've known for a number of years. And her name is Terry, and she has converted her basement to a scrap room. And in the past 5-6 years, she's become a grandmother, so we haven't been able to get together as much. But she held a class for a couple of the local gals last night on how to make an 8x8 sized scrapbook album. And so she had posted it up on Facebook, and I had taken the class before, and I wanted to just go visit and hang out with the girls, really, so I took the class. So I'll show you what we made. It's definitely, a scrapbooker's type thing. But this is, so let's give the camera a second to catch up. Here it comes. Okay, so this is an 8x8 album from scratch. It's very simple to do. It holds 8x8 size, page protectors, so you could go ahead and make your pages and put it in. I was going to make this a Christmas theme. And so what I had envisioned was, I made the background, and then I was going to pop a page from Graphic 45 on the top. And the main reason that I went over last night is Terry and I are going to put together a scrapbooking crop, a benefit crop for Habitat for Humanity of Atlantic County. So we wanted to strategize a little bit about what we wanted to have, start getting the word out to our local community, and we've done some successful ones together. So this is kind of an old style, bindings and whatnot have advanced, but this it's a really clean looking album, and your pages slip into it, and you can just go away you go. So that's what mine turned out to be. If you guys are interested in this, I'm more than happy to show you how we did it in a class. It's super simple. Make some nice gifts. Doesn't take a lot of chipboard, and it doesn't rack. It's really, it's put together very, very cleanly. So I don't know how many scrapbookers we have around anymore, but that was the point. There's still a lot of ladies in my area that like to make these, so it was fun. So that's why I went over last night to visit with a couple of friends and to remember how to do that. And so, seeing how it was Halloween time, I made some little treats to take over for her grandchildren. So, we used to get a lot of trick-or-treaters in our area. Not so many anymore. So I'm going to attempt to make like 16 little pouches and of various things, and one thing that I put in my Halloween treats that I wanted to tell you guys about, Wendy's Hamburgers sells these little books, at least in my area they do, For a $1 donation, you get 10 coupons for a Junior Frosty treat, and it benefits the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption. So I had been in line all that long ago, and I got 2 books. So for $2, and then you can tuck that. You know, they can also get a free Junior Frosty as part of their Halloween. So the other things that I've amassed to work on things, I'm going to use this Teresa Collins stamp set. It's called Masquerade Party, and we're going to use the Trick or Treat. I have some Recollections little glassine printed bags. They were $24 in a pack, so I made 8 bags last night, so I have 16 left, either in the polka dot or the chevron. I have my trusty Xyron X to help us with the glue. I went through this morning and I cut some of these Baroque die cuts. This is the mini size movers and shapers. That's going to be our bag topper. I'm going to fold that in half. And then I did, this is a scallop tag Sizzix die cut for a little hang tag. Good morning. Hey Marie, just want to let you know that I tried to tweet you, and I don't know if I have the right Twitter address, but on Friday Keith mailed the Halloween card swap boxes out for me, so keep your eye open for that, okay? And then also I went through my movers and shapers, and I did some die cutting. So we have some bats, we have some cats, we have some spiders, and we have some ravens. Okay, so I guess probably the first thing to do, just to kind of get it up and going while we're just chatting here, is I'm just going to feed, I think I have enough sticker paper here. I'm going to feed these little die cuts through it, so that way they'll just stick on my thing pretty easy. So if you don't have an X, probably the best $10 I ever spent. Great for all these little fiddly bits. It just goes down inside. Everybody knows how this works. And then you just make sure it catches, and you pull it through, and then you've got full adhesive on the back. I had a little trouble getting the cats to go in there last night, but I did make it happen. I'll tell you what I really would love to come up with, but I don't think they make anymore, is that Creatopia that Jim uses. I think that's just awesome for, covering book pages and that kind of stuff. Good morning, Paula. So, we're going back. A lot of old school scrapbooking. So I have to say, last night I was at class, all ranges of people when you go to a class, and it was funny just to see, how people do things. There was a lot of gluing that went on to make that book, and out came the Eileen's tacky glue, and then I reached in my bag and I had the quick dry, and everybody was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's good stuff." Lady next to me was using score tape. I pulled out of my bag scrappy tape. "Oh, what's that?" So it was like kind of shopping together a little bit. Just sharing, where do you get it? You know, sharing websites, and then I had my quick trim ruler, my perfect trim ruler, and I was showing them how it worked. And you know, once you get the hang of that ruler, it's really great for your corners. So it was an interesting night. It was a very interesting night. So the cats are giving me a little bit of trouble, but I figured out that they have to go in here feet first. They're just a tiny bit too big, so you have to get them right, just right. Hi, Eileen. I took a class just from a neighborhood girl that actually I have to give her credit. She had a beginning scrapbooking class probably, oh my goodness, 15 years ago? 10 years ago? Long time ago. And she was the person who showed me how to use a paper trimmer. I had no idea. So I took you know, she introduced me to alcohol inks, you know, all that great stuff. She's converted her basement into a scrapbook room, which is very large, and she has late night crops and just different things for a lot of the local people here. It was good. So there we go. This is all adhesived up. So we're just going to kind of put that away. Great time saver. I'm glad I remembered that I had that. So guess what we can do now is a little bit of stamping. So I have these little scallop tags cut. I mean, this is a very simple project, but just something that I like to do every year for the kids. We used to get tons of kids. I used to go crazy with the decorations, and I'm hoping that later today I can put out a little bit of decorations. I haven't gone nuts like I usually do, but you know, the day is still young, so we'll find out. And we would dress up and so this is just kind of meant to be. And then here's my bowl of treats that we're going to stuff these with, and I have more on the side. You have to remember that, you know, this is for children, so I'm trying not to go too over the top, because all of my handiwork is going to go in the trash. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So just simple. Keeping it simple. And I'm going to try not to be too broken up about it. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to fix this. So this is a Teresa Collins clear stamp set that I got at Scrap Fest, or whatever that's called, Scrap Expo. Here's just a tip. I know I've shown this many times before, but when you get a stamp set and it's got the plastic backer, here's what I do. I create a hinge out of a piece of tape. It makes it very easy, so that way when you go to pull your stamps up, you always have the backer. Just simple. right? So we're going to go with that Trick or Treat. I don't know what the heck happened to my clear block, but I put something on there and it stained for life. Okay, so I've just got some Spice Marmalade Distress ink, and very simply I'm going to go through and stamp these little tags. This die is an old die, but it does have 3 size tags on it. A larger one, this is kind of the medium size, and then a smaller one. And I think it was one that I got for like around $5, and I have to tell you, I've used it so much. Yeah, it's simple. I always lose one piece of the acetate on the stamps, and that, if you just do it from the minute you crack it, it can go back in its original packaging a little bit easier. Or, you know, I've converted most of my stamps to those Avery Elle pockets, but it just keeps it together a whole lot nicer. Oh! Again, we're not looking for perfection. This is going to children. If I mess up, I mess up. It was funny in class last night, you know, as Terry was giving instructions, she's like, you could do it this way, you could do it that way, or if you're a perfectionist, and then she'd look at me. And I go, oh, that's right, yeah, I hate to have things not line up. Or really simple album. And pretty, you know. That's what the class reminded me of, is that the simplest things can be so pretty. So perhaps after we finish these up, I will I'll show it to you, and you know, I can show you how we did it. Can you show the trimmer you were talking about? The Perfect Trim ruler? Sure. Give me a sec. Is that what you mean? It's just the same one that Kathy Order uses. It's to help you trim cardstock or pattern paper around chipboard very easily. It's a great little tool that's taken me a little time to master, but I figured it out. Okay. There's a lot of nice little sentiments on it. I think this was pretty inexpensive. What the heck? Which way does it go? I think this way. So now that you got that little Scotch tape hinge, you know, watch, it'll make a liar out of me, but usually you can slip it right back in the plastic that it came in a little bit easier. Okay, so I think that's all the stamping. unless we decide to do some edging. This is the Perfect Trim Ruler. It came from perfecttrimruler.com. It's going to be hard to see. Let's do it this way. Okay, so along the edge it has different thicknesses of chipboard. So for example, this is the side, the slimmest side that I always tend to buy from Joann's. So the instructions say basically, and you see this square in here? So once you find your thickness, you're going to go to the next square up, and then you would take this inner square and you would line it up like that on the edge of your chipboard. So just imagine that you have your pattern paper around here, and then you would cut the angle there and it would give you the perfect width. I think it was probably $5 or $6. I don't think it was very expensive, and I have used it quite a bit. So that's it. Let's see if I can perfecttrimruler.com. Okay. It's a take on an OmniGrid, to be honest. And OmniGrid was, it's a quilter's tool. Okay, so we've got our little tags all stamped up. Only one mess up, really. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to use. I used this orange ribbon last night and not my favorite. So I think we're going to go for some of this baker's twine, if I can get it to come off of here. Hello? Why can I never find the edge? There we go. All right. This is a pain. Oh, because I want this side. I don't want the other side. Alright. I have no idea how much it's going to take. And then the last thing I need is my black Wacom style pen. Which is right there. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so I guess the next thing to do is to stuff the bags. So, what I was planning on doing was, oh, let's let the camera catch up. Come on, camera, I'm moving too fast. Okay, I was going to put a Frosty inside, a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and a Kit Kat. And that should be fine, and then just fold over the top. I hate when that happens. Yeah. Well, we have some little twins that live around the corner from us, 2 little twin boys, and we have witnessed them on Halloween since they were in the tiny stroller. And she always dresses them so cute. And then we have Keith's good buddy Dane next door. Dane is maybe 6 or 7. And so I do have some young kids, you know, in the neighborhood that I want to make sure get a nice little treat for Halloween. And Dane is fantastic. He's a very well-behaved little boy, and he has his dad's pedal car. And he goes back and forth from our house to his house. And he likes to visit with Keith a lot. How many more I need, but I don't get many anymore. I always have, we used to get a lot. We used to get 30, 40 kids, which would be a lot. But then the more affluent neighborhood in my town adopted Halloween as their go-to holiday. So what they would do is they would get all their McMansions decorated professionally. You know, the mayor lives down there. And then they would have house parties, and then they would also give out, you know, full-size candy bars and cans of soda. So all the neighborhood kids, you know, that's where they go. They stopped going to, you know, the little neighborhoods like mine. But I still enjoy doing it. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, yeah, I think I had 16. So I'm going to go with 16. And so I always make the little bags, but then I also have, you know, extras. So they do pretty good. This is the first year I'm doing the Frosty coupon, but I thought it was a nice addition, and it was so inexpensive and for a good cause. And in our neighborhood there is a Wendy's, so almost there. Okay, so this isn't too... Oh, I have more coupons than I have bags. That's okay. That's a cute idea, Jess. I mean, I remember when I was young, we used to go, we collect coins for UNICEF, which gave me an idea, you know, because I'm the fundraising chair for Habitat for Humanity in my county. And it's not so simple a thing. You know, we are still recovering from Hurricane Sandy, whether people want to believe it or not. And there's still a lot of displaced folks out of their homes. So every dollar that we can raise is somebody who legitimately gets to go home. Alright, so there's our bags. Here's our little caricatures, you know, little die cuts. And then what I'm going to do now is just fold these little Baroque cuts in half. And the perfectionist in me wants them to be perfect. So I had some other exciting news this week. I was selected as a guest designer for Natasha's Scrapbook Corner, which is a Zibbet store. And I'll be with them for, I believe it's a period of 6 months. And I'm planning a Ustream show with partnership with them, not until January. But we're going to pick up a project, and we might have a shopping code, and it's a nice little store. She's a lovely group of girls. And I've been following her for a long time. And then she decided to make a store, and yeah, it was just something fun. I like to keep it local, you know, keep it to the small guys. So if she's trying to build her viewership, so if you're over on Zibbet, please check her out. She's got a lot of laces, trims, fabrics. Thank you. Buttons, papers, you know, she kind of runs the gamut. She does a lot of kits, which is something that she likes. Okay, so very simply, this goes like this. And again, I have to remind myself that these are for children. So I'm just going to take a little tiny attacher across the top. And that should be enough. Thank you. I hope you guys will support her. It's a nice little shop. Prices are good, you know. I'm sure that if there's something that you were dying for, she would do her darndest to get it in. She has some vintage things too. Yeah, it was. And I'll tell you, she made the announcement the first week of October, and I'm such a ninny, I did not even know that I had made it. Because it didn't come up in my subscriptions. So, you can watch her hauls for her store. Natasha is her name, but her YouTube name is My Nashka. I follow her. If you follow me, Zibbet, yeah. Zibbet, Z-I-B-B-E-T. It's NSK. So she goes Natasha's, just the way you would spell it, Scrapbook, Corner with a K, NSK. Zibbet is where I know Saw Crafters has her store, and there's a lot of good people over there. So, if you're at all interested, check it out. I will have some projects coming up in partnership with them. The first one, Paula. And before we go today, I'll get a link going. Yeah. I don't know where she is in relation to you. I think Saw might be in California, which you'd think in your case would make it a little bit cheaper, but Natasha is in West Palm Beach, Florida. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our little toppers on the bags. See, easy project. Comes together really, really quick. Okay, put that away. So then I'm going to come back over here, and in no particular order, I just want to make sure the sticky stuff is where it needs to be. What I was saying is, I really want to find a Creatopia machine, but I don't think they make it anymore. I mean, they make the tape for it, but I don't see it anywhere else. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the backer, or pull the fronter, or whatever you call this stuff. And that's where all the sticky crap is, so I'm just going to pull it clean away. Oops! But that didn't release. Come on. Be nice. Stick him. Oh, I see. This one got wrapped up in it. Alright. I was trying to be too tricky. I was trying to go too fast. Let me just cut this off. Okay. Let me get this other piece off. With these little tiny pieces, you have to be a little bit careful. But I think it's worth it. Hey, thanks, Paula. It's nice. I think she has nice stuff. Okay, and then in no particular order, all I'm doing is I'm taking these little guys and I'm sticking them on the package, and I'm trying to I'm not worried about the staple. I was initially. I don't really care that much anymore. So here we have some spiders. I love those little movers and shapers. You know, for something like this. Again, simple, right? I've got a bat. Oh, the ravens are going the wrong way for me. Oh, that's okay. The ravens, I put them all kind of crazy ways. I just can't, you know, my tendency is to take a project pretty far, and I can't do that because this is for kids and they will just throw it in the trash. They don't care. So I don't want to be too heartbroken about my handiwork, you know. So just something a little bit nice for them to have. Alright, so you see it coming together, right? And then these will be the cats. Liz, did you get my message that the Halloween card swap went postal on Friday? Hi Kathy, hi Liz. Hi everybody that just showed up and I might have missed you. I'm sorry for that. I think I missed Diane and yeah, Liz, it was Halloween card swap. And they were so cute. Everybody did a great job. Thanks so much. There's some goodies in there from me. Okay, so we've got cats, we've got spiders, we've got bats. So then the other thing that I did is I just made, you know, I stamped these little tags and I was just gonna kind of tie them on just to give it a little bit of extra something something. And what I did first was I just punched the hole. So if I punch a hole near here, no. You know what? I know it's a big hole, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be. Yeah, but check out, if you have a Wendy's hamburgers near you this week, you can buy those Frosty coupons for a $1 donation to the Dave Thomas Adoption Foundation. I guess Dave was adopted, and he does a lot of work for adoption in the United States and Canada and everywhere. So I think in Canada, Jean said that the price for 10 coupons, the donation was $2, but it's still, he's giving away 10 free small Frosties. You get a coupon in a book. In the United States it's $1, and elsewhere I think it's $2, and that's what I've added to my little Halloween treat pouches. Get to help a good charity and get the kids a little extra something this Halloween for a low price, which I love. That's okay. So he's heavily involved in adoption. It's still a great thing. I stand corrected, Jean. Okay, 16 little holes. And then I have, this is probably going to be torturous. I have a little baker's twine. Oh. And I kind of wanted just to hanging a little bit yesterday. And you know what? I am not going to sit here and make bows. I can't do it. It's like I've got this broken nail. It's for the kids. I'm just not going to go crazy. So what we can do is we can lift up that little cat face and kind of help to so there you go. And then the last piece of things that we'll do is I'll put some Wink of Stella pen, some black Wink of Stella pen on the die cut just to make it pop. There you go. So it's a good cause, and I mean, I waste $1 on Lord knows. So I'm just going to tie these on if I can see them. And then they will be ready for my little neighborhood kids. Put a little Wink of Stella just to make it pop a little bit, I think. Trying to get all my little scraps in one area, which I have to say, I think this blue mat is really helping with the camera. Is it a little bit more focused? I think someone said that it was. I mean, when I move too fast, it gets out of focus. Yeah. Everything in moderation, Paula. You know, if you deny yourself things that you want in life, then, you know, you'll slip. But I love how dedicated you are. I wish I could be. It's way better than the black? I think so too. So, and I just popped it over my black mat, and it's thick. So I really think it's a great product that she made. So it's a little bit thicker, so it's heat resistant. I got it for $10, which we love. Good for you, Paula. Get off my scissors, thank you. I think it's a lot better. It just took me, I had to go through my desk and get a little more organized. Uh-oh, frozen. Well, this isn't taking as long as I thought it would. Thanks for you guys' patience. I appreciate it. Come on. Not too bad. I'll show the card I saw this. Where's Sandy? Dar. Well, my thoughts are with you. Stay strong, you'll be fine. But I'm sure it's an emotional time. Can do it, you'll be fine. Hard for me to believe that 2 days from now is the 2nd year anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. And that there's so many people still out of their homes. That actually makes me I'm really glad that I'm involved with Habitat. It's done a lot for me. I'll tell you what I'd love to do. I'd like, we're planning this benefit crop for Habitat, for a local chapter, but I wonder if there would be a way that I could do a class or maybe a virtual crop, or a virtual, a stream where I could take donations for Habitat. Maybe everybody would pay $5 or something, and the money would go directly to Habitat Atlantic County. I was just at a meeting recently, and I had no idea that our situation was as negative as it was. I guess what a lot of people don't realize is, yes, we fundraise and we get a lot of money to build homes, and and we get grants, and we're constantly working towards those ends. But when those funds come through, they are restricted. They are only for, okay, this goes for the house. It doesn't pay to run the office or pay someone's salary, to the construction manager, the executive director. We have a very small affiliate office. We have 3 people, 2 of which are part-time. But, we really need to raise like $15,000 a month to pay our rent, our salaries, our storage facility. Like, it all goes to a very good cost. It's not like, I don't feel that we're overpaying. I don't, I've analyzed everything. But I was wondering, if I publicized it and maybe did a house project, if people would come and they would pay that, as a way to, I'm just looking for fundraising ideas. If I could get some other people to, do a day, to do a streamathon, like a paid streamathon to benefit Atlantic County Habitat. I guess that was my idea. If I could put something together where people would, would do a project and would, charge for the day, and, we could publicize it. What do you think? You think that would be good? We could get like a bunch of teachers, and the affiliate needs our help, guys. Oh, that would be great. Well, maybe we could pick a day, I tell you what, I would love, I know it's like 2 days away, but I'd love to do it on the Sandy anniversary, because for our affiliate, how affected people were, if I had been thinking quicker. You could do, our art journal page about a house. You could do, it has to be about charity, or about giving back, or, or how Hurricane Sandy affected you. It didn't just affect my little area, although there was a lot of devastation. I could come up with some time slots, and we could develop a Habitat Ustream channel, which I could do, and then have a day where we're just raising money for them. That would be a huge help. A huge help. And every little bit would help. We were just throwing around some ideas last night at the class that I went to. And the way we do crops around here, and or have done them in the past, that people seem to really like, is now granted, we have a lot of scrapbook or card makers. A lot of scrapbooker card makers that like to go and, you know, visit. And so we just do a day crop. You know, it's like $50. It all goes to the charity. And, you know, minus whatever we have to pay the venue. Like if it's at a school, we got to pay the custodian. You know, we take that out of the proceeds. Everybody brings a covered dish. So, you know, we just divide that up. You know, some people are bringing breakfast stuff. Or we get the breakfast donated and then we make coffee. And then lunch is, you know, maybe we bring in pizza or we just get salad and then we have, you know, a big dinner. Like, you know, everybody cooks and brings crock pots full of stuff, and that takes care of the food end. And then it usually goes from like 9 in the morning until 10 at night, and giving us enough time to clean up. And then we have a lot of folks that, you know, local people that are just talented that want to give a class. Actually, that's the first place that I ever taught anything, was at a scrapbooking crop. So, and that's what we do. And then we just charge, you know, as far as the classes go, you know, if there's any kit involved, the teachers just, you know, cover their cost. And then maybe they put it up $5, you know, and then it's a split. You know, you cover your cost for your supplies that you supplied in the class. And then you take, you know, the $5 goes back to the charity. And then we have a big Chinese auction where we get things donated. Can be local restaurant, can be scrapbook store, can be, you know, whatever. And the last one I did a benefit crop for my friend who was participating in the Susan G. Komen breast cancer walk. And that is a very expensive undertaking. It's a great cause, but it's very expensive. I mean, each team has to raise like in the thousands to participate. And so we did a crop. I think I had about 50 attendees, and they were really short, and we made them $1,200. And they did the walk, and it was fantastic. So I really think to plan like a Ustream day to benefit Habitat would just be awesome. Awesome. And I would totally appreciate it. You know, I'd love to make it an annual thing because, you know, it never stops. So we've got our little 16 little bags all tied up. And so what I thought that would just be an easy thing to do is I have a black Wink of Stella pen. You can see it on there, but there we go. Just a little sparkle. It's more for me to know that I made the extra effort. It's a Wink of Stella pen, you know, it's a glitter pen. And what it does, let me get a piece of scrap paper here. This one happens to be black. They come in clear, silver, gold. They come in a rainbow of colors. I have the white, the clear, the silver, and the black. And I must say that I use I use the clear the most often. And it's kind of hard to come by. Let me get a little tag here. So at Scrap Expo, I loaded up on them. Let me get it flowing here. That's what it does, and it's got some glitter in it. And it's really, really flat. Okay, hard to see, but it's very sparkly. I would disagree, Jess. I have found, I mean, that was my thought too, initially. Oh, I'll just get clear. And it's great, and I love it, but like on black and on white, those colors do show up better. Like the clear did not show up as nice as the black does when you're using black cardstock. Again, it's an opinion thing, but I have found it just adds a little something. And for white, like on snow scenes and stuff, it's nice. It's very nice. But, you know, to start, the clear is absolutely great. It's just, I bought literally, they had a special at Scrap Expo, and I think I bought, was, you know, buy so many pens and get the discount, and I think I bought 4 clear pens because they had them, and they're constantly out of them. Yeah, the white is cool, the silver is cool. I've had good, they're the 4 colors. Silver, white, black, and clear that I've tried, but they comes in many colors. So I went yard sailing yesterday too, and I went down to Teaberry, which I hadn't been in a long time. Almost a month. And I found some cute stuff yesterday. I found this cat. It was handmade. Stuffed cat, about the size of a cat, a real live cat. And it was leaning over and had a curly tail. It looked just like Getty, except all black. So I cleaned it up and I put it in the shop with a really high price on it because I really don't want anybody to buy it. And I named it Getty Replica Cat on the tag. So funny. Because you know the name of my store is Getty's Teddies. I'm sure people are like, what is this? But I didn't care. It was cute. Alright, so I think I hit them all, guys. I have to say, pretty cute. Kind of like it. I'm going to put it in a basket today. Get ready for Halloween. I'll turn one of each kind. Oh, I didn't mean that they're all chevrons. They have some polka dotty ones too. So something cute for the kids. So it's a Michael's Recollection bag, some black die cuts, my movers and shapers. This is the, I believe it's called the Baroque or the ornamental type movers and shaper. I think it might be the Baroque one. For a topper, some twine. And then this little tag is cut from a Sizzix die, the scallop tag die. And the stamp set is Teresa Collins Masquerade Party. So there you go. I'm going to stop the recording here for this project, and maybe we can come up with something else that we want to work on, because I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So that's the entire project, start to finish. Very, very simple. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm going to stop recording just for a second.